Hi friends, it's Stephanie with Steph's on a Budget. Welcome back for another video. Today is the 5th of April and we're going to go ahead and set up our budget for our next paycheck, which we'll be getting this Friday. So just trying to get a little jump on getting ready for that. So we're looking here at our April monthly spread and we're going to get paid here on the 7th. So we are going to be looking to pay all of the items in the purple here. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and pull out our next paycheck bill tracker, and we'll go ahead and get this set up. I'm going to go ahead and just move the budget book here out of our way just so it's not taking up so much space. And then I'll go ahead and zoom y'all in and we'll get this guy going. So I'm going to turn you a little bit here too. So first thing we're going to do is start with our projected income. So payday is the 7th and we're going to be getting our normal 2 paychecks, and then also I should be getting a mileage reimbursement for travel pay for my work this payday as well. I don't usually budget that in there just because that always will go to an extra principal payment on the vehicle, but I'm just going to go ahead and throw it in there this time. So our first paycheck, we're going to be expecting about $2,700, and then our second paycheck about $17. Our second paycheck is usually more, but I always like to budget for the least possible just because it's so variable. So I'll just leave it at the lowest and then make adjustments come payday if we can, hopefully. If you're new here to my channel, my husband and I both work full-time jobs, and so we both get paid for a 40-hour plus work week. So that's where our income typically comes from. My travel pay, let me see if I can find, I don't remember what that's going to be at, so let me see if I can pull that up. 182 for this past month. So all right, so we've got the income in there. Let's go ahead and add that up. So 2717, 182, 4582. So $4,582 is what we're going to be working with this payday. Okay, the next thing we're going to move down to is our fixed expenses. So these are our normal monthly bills. And the first thing we're going to budget for is half of our mortgage payment at $1150. Next up is going to be our gas bill, and I can't tell you how excited I was when I got this bill this month, you guys. My gas bill is $119. The gas bill from last month to this month came down over $150, you guys. Isn't that crazy? Like, I just don't understand utility companies at all. I feel like they charge us the max at the time that we're using that service the most. It just, right? Of course they are. I mean, that's the logic of a company like that, right? But so I was very happy to see that come down. Next up is our electric bill, and that's due on the 10th. This one also came down this month, and we're gonna budget $177. I think this one was a little over $210 last month, so this one came down a little bit, not quite as much as the gas, but it did come down, so I'm always happy to see that. And but I wonder how accurate that was, because on my bill I did get a thing saying that due to like staffing shortages, they weren't able to come out and read my meter. So if they underestimated me, I'll be paying for it next month for sure. So we'll see what happens there. Next up, we have Apple TV on the 12th, and that's $8. And then I have our water bill for the house on the 14th, and this also came down. I want to say that this is the lowest this water bill has been since we have moved into our house in 2021. So that was kind of exciting. And oddly enough, we got like a false spring, and my husband had turned on the water in the backyard for the grass for a couple of days. So I was expecting this to actually be up. So I was really surprised to see that it came down. And our water bill, I'm going to budget $115 for. Okay, so this bill is a little bit, or this budget is a little bit wonky as far as like credit cards and debt payments, just because we did the balance transfer. Everything finally went through, so all of the balances have transferred onto the 2 new cards. But neither of the new cards are showing a due date or a balance due. So I don't know if because it just transferred in April, if it's going to wait to show me a payment in May. So I don't officially have a minimum payment or a due date on either of those cards right now. Actually, I take that back. The new Citi card that we opened has a due date of the 14th, but it's not showing a bill, so I'm not sure what to budget there. So I think it's not going to give me a minimum payment until May. And so I've just been going back and forth. Should I leave it off? Should I throw something in there? So I'm going to just leave it out of the fixed expenses for now, and then we'll kind of see what income wise we're left with, and maybe add something to extra debt. I'm not really sure. Then we have our car insurance, which is due. Oh, which reminds me, I'm going to, well, actually, so my kids, my 2 older children, if you're new here, I have 2 older children. My oldest son lives out of the house on his own, and then my oldest daughter still lives at home, but they both work and they both contribute to their auto insurance, since they are the reason the insurance is so high to begin with. When you have 2 kind of teenaged drivers, although I was told by my insurance company that my son's premium will start to come down now that he's going to turn 22 this year. So that's kind of good news. I'll believe it when I see it though, since insurance is going up for no reason across the nation. Well, I mean, there's a reason, but you know. So normally my kids will contribute $120 towards their insurance. So I guess I do need to budget that in here as well. So let me come back up here and add that 120. So plus 120. So now our new income will be $4,702. Okay. There we go. Okay, sorry. Okay, so the auto insurance, I honestly have no idea what that is. I think it is now $639 if I'm remembering correctly, and that is for 5 drivers, 2 of which, like I said, are kind of in their teen years. And then we have 4 vehicles. Yes, so 5 drivers, 4 vehicles on our insurance policy. So but our insurance went up quite a bit in January. So let's see. And then we have Apple Music on the 15th, and that's $19. We pay for a family plan. That's why that's kind of a higher one. Then I've got the gym membership on the 17th, and that's $11. Okay, and then I also have Canva on the 19th, which is $13. Netflix is going to come out on the 19th, and that's Oh my gosh, why am I blanking? I'm not feeling very good today, you guys. Not in an illness kind of way, but just where it feels like maybe life has been a little bit harder than usual. So just kind of mentally drained and tired. And so I apologize if I seem kind of out of it. I feel a little out of it this morning, if I'm being honest. So Netflix is $22. Then we have motorcycle insurance, and I'm happy to report that this has also come down. This is $22 a month. So my husband did sell his bike so that we have one less bike that's insured. And so we were able to cancel the policy on that, and that halved the motorcycle insurance. And then we have car. Let's see, that's $421, but we'll pay that early, and that is $459. Okay, I think that's everything. So let's add up all these fixed expenses. Hopefully you guys can still see me here. So our fixed expenses are $2,754. So pop that in there. And then we will take that from our income of the $4,702, which leaves us with $1,948. So we'll bring that down to our variable envelopes, so our cash envelopes. And here we're going to do groceries, and I'm going to cut this a little bit. I normally always budget $300 for the 2 weeks. And again, if you're new here, I always budget $300 for our family of 5 that's at home. But my husband got a $150 gift card to Smith's, which is where we usually grocery shop, for his like anesthesia week at work from some of his provider coworkers. So I'm only going to budget $200 instead of our $300. Costco, we have not had a Costco trip since our last really big haul in when was that? Was that March or February? Beginning of March, maybe, I think, sometime. And so I still have money in there, so I'm just going to budget $100 for Costco. Normally I would budget $200, but we'll just do $100. And even though I have money in the envelope, I'm going to throw a little bit at it, because since it's been a while, it's likely our next Costco trip will be a bigger one again. So we'll just keep building on that. Next up, we have spending. Which we're going to budget $300 for. Then we have gas. I'm going to budget $150, and that's for my husband and I for the next 2 weeks. Miscellaneous is going to get its usual $40. Same with the house and beauty. We're going to put $40 in there. So you guys can see me, yes. And then we have takeout. It's gonna get its $100. Water, we're gonna budget our $32. This is a common question I get, so if you're new here, this is for drinking water. We pay to get our like 5-gallon things filled, so it pays for like 50 gallons of water. And then my husband is gonna get his $100 for kind of money to spend at work, if you will. So let's add all that up. $200. So $1062 for for our variable envelopes. And if we take that from our 1948, that leaves us with $886. Okay. The next thing we want to do is bring the 886 over here to debt, since debt is our priority, not sinking funds. So we'll bring that down here. Obviously, the 182 is going to be to the truck, since that's what that income is for. So that leaves us with 704. So I think what we'll do is, whoops. Okay, so we should have, let me go back to my April monthly spread and just kind of look at that. Normally we would have been making 2 credit card payments this payday that have been paid off. So we should have a debt snowball there, but that's between those two, the minimum payments were $50. So I think what we'll just do is debt snowball, we'll just budget for 300 there. Okay, so 300 plus 182 is 482 going to debt. And we have 886 minus 482. That leaves us $404 to bring up to our sinking funds. So we'll bring that up here. And then, as always, our top two are Christmas and softball. So I think I'm going to throw 125 at each of these. And then the rest of our sinking funds, let's see, minus 250, that leaves us 154. So what I'll do is just do 150. And then when we go to do our cash stuffing, we'll kind of figure out how much we want to send to each one there. So if we add these up, we got 125, 125, 150. That gives us $400 going to sinking funds, which leaves us with $4. And we'll bring that down here to our savings. And we're just going to throw that to our checking account buffer for now. So that is a look at our budget for our April 7th paycheck. So we've got our projected income. We know what we've got for fixed expenses. One thing I like to do over on these fixed expenses too is I'll usually just annotate like a little A for anything that comes out automatic. That way I know I don't have to worry about making those payments. So typically the only thing we have that's coming out in an automatic payment is insurance and your subscriptions. So we've got those. So yeah, I think that looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with the way that budget looks. Hopefully we'll have a little bit more extra income to hopefully throw a little bit more at debt and a little bit more at our sinking funds, but we will wait and see. But there is a look at our April 7th budget breakdown. Thanks for joining me for another video, you guys, and continuing to support my channel and our journey. I hope you guys are having a great week, making great strides in your budgets. And yeah, thanks guys. Take care. Have a great day. Bye.